Michigan Magazine is kept on the road by our many Michigan friends. Cops and Doughnuts Bakery, downtown Clare, a winning combination. Cops and Doughnuts. The Michigan-made rebounding mailbox pull. Never again worry about the winter snowplow taking out your mailbox with this ingenious rebounding pull. Your mailbox takes a hit and keeps coming back year after year. Call now or visit their website, toughmailboxes.com. It's coming. Fat Tuesday is February the 9th, and the Paczkis are on the menu throughout the country and, of course, Michigan. Time to visit your local hometown bakery like we're going to be doing. Last year, we were in Clare at Cops and Doughnuts, who sold tens of thousands of these huge cream and fruit-filled wonders. Today, we're looking back at that day in 2015 in preparation for this year's Feast Fest. But first, we visit with author Gene Scott of Livonia, who's published a book taking a look at Michigan's shadow towns, towns that have slowly faded from prominence or become extinct altogether, some with very proud pasts. Join us, it's all coming up on Michigan Magazine. Introducing the Weed Gator. For safe and easy aquatic weed removal, the Weed Gator is the #1 alternative to harsh chemicals for getting rid of pond and lake weeds. Safe and effective, see it in action now at weedgator.net. Made in the USA. Cops and Doughnuts Bakery, downtown Clare. What began as a crazy idea among 9 police officers to purchase the historic Clare City Bakery quickly became an international phenomenon, carrying on a Michigan tradition with delicious donuts, pies, pastries, breads, original coffee, and more. Plus a full menu at the new adjacent traffic stop diner. Downtown Clare, a winning combination. Cops and Doughnuts. Experience the beauty, artistry, and taste of northern Michigan. Come to Amish Country Natural Products on Mount Tom Road, north of Mile, just off M33. From arts and crafts to fresh foods and vegetables, all natural, all local, all good. Stop by and get acquainted with Amish Country Natural Products, 1454 North Mount Tom Road, Mile. It's the study of vanishing and vibrant Michigan villages, recollections of towns at the end of less traveled roads. Tenacious towns with troubled pasts. Ghost towns that are still alive. The book is rightfully titled Michigan Shadow Towns. It's become a labor of love for author Gene Scott of Livonia. Gene's a retired editor and publicist and a freelance writer and photographer. This is his 3rd book on Michigan history. The book's a compilation of the histories of 128 small communities in 64 of the state's 83 counties. Compiled firsthand as Gene and his wife Barbara visited these towns and talked with those still living in these shadow towns, partially funded under a Michigan Humanities Council development grant and co-sponsored by the Livonia Historical Society and Redford Township Historical and Genealogical Society. It's become one of Michigan's prestigious notable books of 2006. On today's edition of Michigan Magazine, we had the opportunity to visit with Gene, his wife Barbara, and other area historians after a presentation of his book at the West Branch Public Library. One of many personal appearances in a statewide book tour he was making to promote his book and personally autograph this one-of-a-kind collection. Gene, pleasure meeting you. And Barb, pleasure meeting you. And who do we have here?
Bemis.
Genevieve Bemis.
Genevieve was one of our correspondees because she sent back questionnaire things. We did a lot of questionnaires before we went to talk to anybody and did traveling. And so there was exchange of letters and emails and stuff.
Right. But this is a fascinating subject because when I see the audience here this evening, they're all just kind of glued. There's a common interest in things like this, of things that were formerly, pretty well known as far as towns and communities. Pretty well. How many towns did you cover here, Gene?
In this book, 128. Although we started with a lot more. And in fact, we're writing a series of articles that'll be over the next year or two on some of the towns that didn't make the final cut. So there's a lot more out there, and we know that. And if we don't pursue it, we hope to be able to talk it up enough for somebody else to get inspired to do it if we don't.
Well, that's another point there. Inspiration. How did you get inspired to do this? I mean, did you wake up one day and say, I have something to do, calling more or less? How did you get into the spirit of this?
He's a history buff.
No, yeah. I wrote things when I was in Detroit as a city publicist. I wrote things for people coming, history stuff. 14 editions of a walking tour of downtown Detroit, for example. I also did my master's thesis on some towns in southeast Michigan. So I've been town-oriented, and especially small-town-oriented since my retirement.
What's the fascination for that, would you think?
The fact that, I mean, somebody writes about them 30, 40 years ago and puts them in a big long list, you know, a long compendium by county of towns that have gone under. And I look at the definition of what ghost means and ghost town and everything, and I said, boy, it's kind of hard on the people that are still living there, because we went by and we saw that there's folks there, you know. So we were haunted by this, you know, this paradox. So we said, we're going to get out there and do it. And a lot of people encouraged us for that reason that we brought up near the end, that the key sources in many cases may not be. If I wait too long, the key people who maybe don't have an oral history that that's been typed up or anything like that, what are you going to do if you keep waiting? So we got out there and hope somebody else will get out there.
This was a 3-year project, wasn't it? I mean,
at least 3 years.
At least 3 years?
Yeah, but it really started 7 or 8 years ago, and but mainly the last 3.
Yeah.
As soon as we got done with our big exhibit that we had in Detroit for over a year, I mean, 2 weeks after the opening of the exhibit, I was starting to look this stuff up.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, the kind of bit you.
And it got me out of so many chores, you won't believe.
Well, Barb, you're involved with this too. I mean, he's kind of drawn you into the situation,
You
hasn't
were
he?
probably
Very
his guy.
definitely.
Yeah.
Very definitely.
Yeah.
Meeting all the historians, seeing the museums they have created in little tiny towns.
Isn't that amazing?
Breathtaking. Breathtaking.
You just mentioned the fact, as I was seeing your slide presentations, and I didn't realize some of these towns had historical societies in them, let alone, you know, kind of a shadow of their former self.
Can you imagine, with the restoration projects, Watersville in the Thumb, there's 140 people live there. They have 3 large mansions that are viable projects that they're working on. Hubbardsville,
That's great.
in the northeast corner of Ionia County, about 45 miles north of Lansing, there's 450 people live in the town. The historical society has 300 members.
Is that
I mean, they're darn serious about
Yeah, I guess so.
amazing.
preservation and keeping their history going.
Out of all the towns, I mean, it's kind of a hard question to ask or even answer. What would be one that stands out, maybe a surprise to you? I know one that may surprise a lot is Idlewild. That was really a thriving community for the black community back then. It was really a summertime resort for a lot of people back then. What was the most surprising, do you think, or is that?
Oh, there's really so many.
Each has a surprise their own.
And each has a surprise of their own. I think that we really thought on the hoity-toity end of things, perhaps, that Norwood up by Charlevoix, picture postcard town. 65 homes, and every one of them has had tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars of renovation. I mean, we're going on the other end of it, on the other end of things, you know. But then there are little towns that,
Luther, for instance.
Luther in Lake County.
Okay.
Okay,
I've been there.
every other thing you see in the town is being fixed up, maybe a conversion or something. And I think we pointed out in the show, the town president, the village president, made a home out of the old church. And one of the town's original founders, his church, his home there became the church. You know, and they don't have a whole lot of resources for it. And I think that's the point I was trying to make. The passing along of family traditions and family values, it stuck with them. Some of these people grew up there. They hadn't been in the town since they were 7 or 8 years old. They come back there and retire. The place is still standing. It's barely standing, but they fix it up. It's amazing.
There's a sense of, heritage there that they want to maintain.
There's so many examples.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's so many examples, and I'm convinced now that somebody can go out and find 128 more, perhaps faster than we did, too.
It seems like when you started this project, you may have come to the point where you thought maybe you bit off more than you can chew.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Some people wanted us to do it in 3 segments.
Oh, boy.
You know.
You got to say when is when and what is what. And
Oh, yeah, you
what
do. A lot of it's arbitrary.
Yeah, sure,
Yeah,
sure.
it is. And that's why we say,
Yeah.
you want to, it's your pond, too, and you can fish in it,
That's right.
too.
That's right.
If you want to get out there and do this, all power to you.
Right.
Go, man, go. As you know, my book isn't even copyrighted. I'm encouraging people to collect and share just like we did. And I hope that happens.
Well,
Then
Gene,
people are happy to see it in the book.
at least they got something
Yeah.
physically to hold on to.
And I love the title. I just love that title.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Michigan, a study of vanishing and
Oh,
vibrant villages.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, that makes the book Shadow Towns.
Not ghost towns, shadow towns.
Yeah, it has a great title.
I think this is a time in Michigan's time when the people have to know more about where we've been. Because if they don't understand that, and the small town level is one facet of it. Collectively, it doesn't amount to a whole lot, does it? But we're not talking just quantitatively. So get out there, do it.
Our feelings that day led us to believe that the journeys of Gene and Barbara Scott along Michigan's back roads will continue as they search out and document more of Michigan's shadow towns. As we explored the pages of this book, we were amazed at the sometimes astonishing history that rests under those small, inconspicuous dots on the Michigan map. There are real-life adventures of Michigan history in shadow towns like Thomas, Dighton, Herman, Payment, Frieda, Temple, Dodgeville, and others. We salute the efforts of Gene Scott and his accomplishments in bringing Michigan's past into perspective through his investigation of Michigan's shadow towns. Michigan Magazine is being brought to you in part by It's back and making memories for a new generation. The Rustic Inn of Lewiston, now open to chase away those winter blues with hot, delicious food, your favorite beverage, and an atmosphere that'll keep you coming back to make new memories and new friends. The new Rustic Inn on Red Oak Road, just south of Lewiston. Clemix Sales and Service on Mapes Road, west of Mile, your complete recreational vehicle sales and service connection. Visit their beautiful showroom of new and pre-owned ATVs, lawnmowers, power equipment, snowmobiles, utility vehicles, and more. Clemix Sales and Service is also the home of the American-made Victory motorcycle line on display at Clemix on Mapes Road, Mile.
Vacation. Don't make the planning of it more than what you're trying to get away from. At northernmichigancabinrentals.com, you can choose from over 2,500 cabins, cottages, lodges, resorts, lakefront vacation home rentals, and more. Whatever experience you're looking for, from rustic to luxury and everything in between. No more rustling with telephone books. No more endless internet searches. Just one site with over 2,500 Northern Michigan destinations. northernmichigancabinrentals.com.
Oh, there's some gentlemen enjoying their Paczkis. Oh, extreme close-up. Good. Oh, my. See what flavors you got there, guys?
I got strawberry.
Strawberry? Okay.
Raspberry.
Raspberry, oh, wow.
Did you get one yet?
Not yet.
No, they're already out of the lemon.
They already had a lemon?
My dad was up there ordering and she asked for lemon. They're already out of lemon.
We have sold a ton of them, but we made 15,444 Paczkis yesterday.
Goodness, yesterday.
And then over the weekends, Friday and Saturday, we sent out 685 boxes, which had 4,000.
Oh my goodness.
So that's quite a few Paczkis.
There's going to be a lot of fat people on Fat Tuesday.
There is.
What's your name?
Lucy Simley.
And Lucy, you've got yourself a Paczki, right?
Oh, yeah.
What flavor do you prefer?
I prefer apple.
All right. Is this your husband?
Yes, that's my
Hi,
husband.
what's your name? Oh, what did he do?
He got cream filled.
Oh, he got cream filled?
Yeah.
Which one? Do you remember?
The custard.
The custard? I understand that the lemon's all sold out.
Yeah, they're all sold out.
I'll run and get my coffee.
Whatever you want to get, home.
Oh, hey, you got a Paczki, eh?
Yeah, right there to go home.
What flavor?
I got an apple and a cream.
Ooh, an apple and a cream.
Yep.
And no lemon because we're all sold out.
Right, we're all sold out.
How's your day so far? You guys have been on the road quite a bit.
Oh my gosh, we've been on the road. We've done 2 radio interviews today so far. This is number 3. It's awesome, and tomorrow we recover.
Oh, you recover. You
Yeah.
think they have many Paczkis left over?
I don't think so. I think we're going to sell out. If you're looking for Paczkis, you better get in
Gotta
here.
get in here today.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys were on the road early this morning too.
We were, and we're back now and hard at work.
Yeah, if anybody comes in here wanting a lemon, I understand they're all sold out. Lemon.
Unfortunately, we're all sold out of lemon. Lemon went really fast this year.
This year, I thought we did a goal of 15,000. We did 15,400 and some for today. By 8:15 this morning, after only 2 hours and 15 minutes, we sold out of the lemon, which is rare for us. We normally have our flavors portioned out and figured out, but we're probably going to sell out the earliest ever this year. We'll see. We've got a beautiful day. It's all the way up to like 15 degrees already, and after this cold we've had, the sun is out. A lot of people coming. Historically, our gas prices are very low here. We're under $2 a gallon, where our neighbors are up around $2.30. So we've got people coming, filling up for gas, grabbing Paczkis, or doing some shopping in downtown. It's just growing. We love it.
You're going to be going strong. We've got the big Irish Festival coming up too.
That's right. Yeah, the Irish Festival, and we've got the big Pierre Marquette steam locomotive coming in for
It's
that.
coming. The Polar Express. Yeah,
it's gonna be fun.
Wonderful. You guys have got a good thing going here in Clare. What a wonderful. Is there Irish in your blood there, Greg?
There isn't. No, born and raised here in Clare, but no Irish. We just love pushing Clare. Our DDA is 100%. Every location is filled, or they're working on filling it. We're going to have a great year in Clare. It's probably going to be the most exciting year since I was a young kid, when Clare used to boom. I came up with a line this morning when I was on one of the radio stations, and it might be true. I think Clare is the comeback small town of America.
You bet.
And that's happening. The small towns are coming back.
Yeah, and you can spend the whole day here in Clare shopping and having a good time.
We've got all sorts of stuff.
And I've seen some
coffee shops down the street. We've got Revive. We've got Bruin on McEwen that has a dual purpose. The Bruin stands for coffee, and then also they sell Michigan craft beers and wines. And we've even got 4 Leaf Brewing that'll be open for the Irish Festival. Our first little microbrewery in downtown Clare.
Excellent. And I've seen some of the plans you've got in the dream stage, and I think that people should stop on by Clare and become a part of the dream that's coming in a small town.
We're actually building on the back. We're running. Square footage is not our friend here, which is a good problem to have. We're building on the back of the kitchen. We're going to increase the production area by about 25%, so that's going to help. And maybe when you're back for Irish Festival, we might be able to announce right on Michigan Magazine something special for Northern Michigan involving Cops and Doughnuts.
There you go. Rose Valley Winery on Beechwood Road in Rose City. See what thousands are raving about, creating a delicious variety of award-winning Michigan wines. Stop by and taste for yourself. The taste of Michigan is yours at Rose Valley Winery. The Cedar Tavern and Grill of Lupton, where friends come to meet friends and families come for delicious food and a wholesome atmosphere. Come relax with your favorite beverage or bring the crew for a great meal and live entertainment. It's happening now at the Cedar of Lupton. Hingeman Acres Canoe Livery and Resort on M33 just north of Mayo, catering to the outdoor enthusiasts. Cabins, canoes, kayaks, rafts, and more. Daytime or overnight trips along the world-famous Asabo River. A family getaway for over 75 years. Thanks for joining us along Michigan's back roads. If you'd like more information on any of the stories we featured today, stop by our official daily news update website, thespiritofmichigan.com, or email us at michiganmagazine@gmail.com. Today we have a new secret phrase business adding to our prize stockpile of Michigan goodie giveaways. Tally's Log Cabin in Lewiston's giving away gift certificates for meals at this historic tavern, home of the Tally Burger, voted one of the top 10 burgers in the state of Michigan. Now here's this week's phrase of the week. Fact Tuesday is Paczki Day, February the 9th, 2016. You know the drill. Send the phrase to us via email or snail mail, along with your name and mailing address to the addresses here on the screen. Have a great week. We'll see you next week here or online 24/7. Michigan Magazine is kept on the road by our many Michigan friends. Cops and Doughnuts Bakery, downtown Clare, a winning combination. Cops and Doughnuts. Something special's cooking, hot and delicious. Indulge yourself at Morning at Maggie's in Bay City. Omelets, frittatas, hotcakes, and more. Make every day special with a stop at Morning at Maggie's for breakfast or lunch on Saginaw in Bay City. Hale Hardware, your do-it-center in Hale, Michigan. Much more than a regular hardware store, providing everything you need for whatever your project is, along with a knowledgeable sales staff to get her done. Serving Northern Michigan since 1946. Hale Hardware, south of M65 at Ainsley in Hale. Flu season. Be prepared. Get your immunizations now at Rose City Drug, your one-stop pharmacy, home health care, and medical supply outlet, offering a variety of on-site immunizations. Walk-ins are of course welcome. Call now for more information.